Hello and welcome to another video here at Hobbies and Happiness. My name's Dan.
Now I'm Jim, and it's still spoiler season.
It is still spoiler season. It's almost done for Disney Lorcana.
Oh man.
Disney Lorcana is almost upon us. And since it's almost upon us, there's a few other topics that we still need to touch on and talk about. And one of them is really kind of what to expect when you're going to try to play the game. So that's going to be another video topic in and of itself. But today we're talking more about the spoilers from last Friday. So our last spoiler video actually went live last Friday morning, but it was everything spoiled prior to that. We got a lot of cards on Friday. A lot of cards on Friday, including one late Friday night, which was a lot of fun, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But before we do that, don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those bell notifications so you can be notified when we release more Disney Lorcana content on the channel. So let's just dive in. We got a lot of cards to talk about. I was surprised. We got like 16 cards, 17 cards that were released on Friday.
That's a lot.
And it started with forgive me, I cannot remember where this article came from. I think it was comicbook.com actually. Did an article and showed off 4 cards, but the first 3 are all from Rapunzel. We have Maximus, Palace Horse, Flynn Rider, Charming Rogue, and Rapunzel gifted with healing. So the first one we're going to talk about is Maximus Palace Horse. So Maximus Palace Horse is an inkable 5-cost 4/5/1 Storyborn ally in Amber. He's got 2 keywords: bodyguard and support. A bodyguard and a support with a 4 strength.
That's big.
And a bodyguard. Oh man, Jim, what do you think about Maximus?
That's big. So just looking at it, he seems strange to me because like he has the bodyguard, but you also want him to be around to support as well. So it kind of allows you to play this, I need to be defensive, or I can just leave him unexerted to be able to go ahead and do that on the following turns to support. Right.
It's that versatility.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw both, I'm like, okay, it's kind of weird seeing them both together, but it just gives you the choice of, okay, what do I need in the given situation? The play line that I see straight away is when I play him, I'm probably not playing him exerted. That way he can stay out of harm's way and then go to the next turn and then support for 4. Supporting for 4, that's a lot. I would love to just continually support with him turn after turn after turn because that's a lot. But I think having both those keywords is, man, it is beautiful.
Because even if you do set up the bodyguard, oh yeah, I love it. Even if you do set up the bodyguard, he's a 4/5. That's a pretty big body, and he's going to take out some cards too. So yeah, I like him. I like him a lot.
Absolutely. So the next one is Flynn Rider. It's Flynn Rider, Charming Rogue. Oh, I should also mention Maximus is a super rare, by the way. Flynn Rider, Charming Rogue is an inkable 2-cost 1/2/2 Storyborn Hero Prince in Emerald, and he has the ability, Here Comes the Smolder. I can't do it. There's no way I can do it.
What did he do? A hair flip or something?
Well, he looks at Rapunzel and basically goes, I should
look at the camera.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I've never seen this movie.
Anyway, it is Here Comes the Smolder, and it says whenever this character is challenged, the challenging player chooses and discards a card. So that ability stapled on a Glimmer that has 2 lore. Ooh,
for 2 cost.
For 2, and it's inkable.
And it's inkable, dude. This card is so good.
In all honesty, I think that stat line and that ability is worth more than an uncommon.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm surprised. 100%. Like looking at Maximus and Flynn Rider, I'd almost be like, if those were flip-flopped, I wouldn't be surprised. Now, I mean, the body that Maximus has, though, I get it. I can see very much. I understand. But Flynn Rider, Jim, you like this card, don't you?
Dude, this card is phenomenal. Not only is it a 2/2 for 2, technically it's a 1/2/2 for 2.
Yeah.
Right. But to be able to get you that 2 lore closer to your win con, and then when they want to get rid of this card, they now have to discard as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this guy, and he's 2 cost.
But well, the other thing too is, in all honesty, even if they say smash it, right? Or use a piece of removal. Okay, that's still one for one.
It's
still one card from their hand.
Yep.
And the fact that they have to use that on a 2-drop,
yep,
and not one of my more important things,
yep,
more impactful cards,
yep.
Sign me up.
Oh, yeah.
Sign me up.
This card is beautiful. And one thing I wanted to touch on when you were talking about the rarity of the cards, right? Yeah. It seems like for draft, it's going to be very powerful drafting.
Yeah.
Because so many good cards are common, uncommon cards, and you're just gonna be like, okay, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
In all honesty, like that is what is very intriguing and interesting for me, is thinking about this in the concept of draft.
Yep.
So very, very interesting. All right, and the last one of the bunch is a Rapunzel gifted with healing. So Rapunzel is an inkable 4-cost 1/5/2 Storyborn hero princess in Amber. She's got the ability Gleam and Glow. When you play this character, remove up to 3 damage from one of your characters. Draw a card for each 1 damage removed this way. Rapunzel is a legendary card, and I think deservedly so. Especially considering all the other cards that we've seen in the set so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of good. Kind of really good.
Yeah, this card's kind of amazing. Can take away 3 points of damage on something and then draw up to 3 cards potentially. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
For 4 cost.
And she's inkable.
And she's inkable, and she's got a big body.
Yeah.
This card's phenomenal.
Yeah. There's really nothing to not like about Rapunzel.
Usually, I don't care about healing, but when you throw card draw on top of it, beautiful.
Yeah. Oh goodness, it's that stat line. Seriously, I don't care that she has 1 attack.
Yep.
Because that doesn't matter. It's not what I'm using her for. I mean, honestly, when she comes in, I'm hopefully, even if I draw 1 card, even if she's a cantrip, replace herself in hand, that's still okay. Plus, because on the upside, she can quest for 2 lore.
Yep.
Like there's a lot to like about Rapunzel. So really, really, really like Rapunzel gifted with healing. And then the last card we had from that article was Megara, pulling the strings. So Meg is an inkable 2-cost 2/1/1 Dreamborn ally in Emerald. She has the ability Wonder Boy. When you play this character, chosen character gets +2 strength this turn. And she is also a common rarity card. Jim, what do you think about Megara here?
Looks like she just wants to, clear the board, throw a bunch of power at something. She herself is a 2 strength, and giving something else 2 strength as well when she comes in. Yeah, seems just like she wants to take things out. Yeah,
and it's interesting. Like we're seeing this effect a lot in Emerald. We've seen this. We've seen Vicious Betrayal,
Stolen Scimitar.
The Stolen Scimitar, yeah. There's a lot of effects that we're seeing in Emerald that are about boosting and buffing the strength stat, which is interesting to me. But again, that's going towards the color identities, the ink identities, what we're gonna see. So, overall, that's a total of 2, 3, 4, 6 stats. A total of 6 stats that she's bringing to the board the turn she comes in, which is. That's overstated for what you're paying for. You're only paying for 2. So, seems like a pretty good card. That is Megara.
And she's inkable.
And she's inkable.
Right, I'm not going to say it for all the cards, but...
but you kind of have to, Yeah,
it's a nice little ad when you go over everything.
It is. Yeah. Okay, so next I want to briefly mention the vanilla cards that we saw on Friday. First was Elsa, Queen Regent. She's an inkable 4-cost 4/4/1 in Amethyst. She's a Storyborn hero, Queen Sorcerer. I was kind of let down because I knew she was coming, and I was curious what she was going to do. Turns out she's vanilla. It's okay. It's okay. You've got Genie, the ever impressive. Inkable 2-cost 2/3/1 Dreamborn ally in Emerald. I love the artwork on that one. The next is Abu, Mischievous Monkey. Inkable 3-cost 3/2/2 Storyborn ally in Ruby. Kind of disappointed that the first card for Abu we see is vanilla, but you got to get him out there. And then we also had Horus, No Good Scoundrel. He is an inkable 3-cost 4/3/1 Storyborn ally in Emerald. So we got a total of 4 vanilla cards from Friday. Then the next card, oh boy, I really like this one. It is Kuzco. Kuzco, Temperamental Emperor. He is an uninkable 5-cost 2/4/3 Storyborn King in Emerald. He's a rare card and has the ability No Touchy. When this character is challenged and banished, you may banish the challenging character. Jim, what do you think about Kuzco?
Yeah, so the ward is definitely nice because now
he's got ward. I forgot about that. Yeah, he's got ward.
All right, so he has ward, so he has to be challenged, right?
Yeah.
And so they could either set it
It's
up
either
to
that
where,
or an AoE effect.
yeah. They could either set it up to where they throw a lot of smaller things at this, and then the card will end up banished. But it's also, well, if they throw a few things at it, well, you're getting more damage overall, and you could even be now a 2-for-1 versus the, all right, well, now I'm just also killing your creature.
Right.
But that 3 lore for 5 cost,
man.
that is huge.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Huge. I really like him.
Yeah, one of the things that in analyzing all these cards, and we're going to do an entire set review for this set for Lorcana. And as we continue to spoil these cards and look at all these, one of the things that I continually keep thinking about is the analysis, right? Yep. Because we talk about cost. Okay, so you've got cost. Is it inkable? You have strength. You have strength and willpower. Thank you. Strength. I always miss that mix that one
strength
up.
And toughness.
Yeah, exactly.
Mental toughness.
Yeah. And then the lore, right?
Yep.
So there's 3 different stats you have to look at. Is it inkable is another thing you want to look at. But I think at the end, if you had to pick one of those that's the most important, what is it, Jim?
Inkability. No, I'm joking.
What do you think? Because to me, I think it's lore.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's lore.
Yeah, of
like
course.
if you're picking between strength, between willpower and lore, if I had to pick which one's most important,
actually wins you the game.
Right. That's the one that you'd have to put more weight in, right? And so for Kuzco to have 3, that's a lot. And his other stats are not bad either. There's a lot to like. I am the more Emerald cards we see, the more and more I'm like, I really like Emerald, man.
Is Emerald the best color in the game?
Really, really, really cool. So the next one we're gonna deviate here to Ruby. This one, it's Scar. Scar Shameless Firebrand. So Scar is an uninkable 8-cost 6/6/1 Floodborn Villain King. So he has Shift 6. Okay, so instead of paying 8, you can pay 6 for him. And then he has an ability Rousing Speech. When you play this character, ready your characters with cost 3 or less. They cannot quest for the rest of this turn. Should mention as well, Scar and Kuzco are both rares. So, Jim, what do you think about Scar? Not many people have like Scar. They don't think he's that good, but what do you think?
Now, he's okay. So when I first saw him, I thought he was going to be something to be able to synergize with that 7-drop song that they have in Red.
Okay.
The Be Prepared. So I do like that he himself can tap to.
He can sing it.
He
can sing Be Prepared.
But then everything's just gone, including himself. So.
I mean, you're not. So you may want to set that up for like the next turn.
Oh, wait a minute.
You could set that up for the next turn.
That's actually not a problem.
Yeah, because he could come out on turn 6.
Yeah.
He can come out on turn 6.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning.
Yeah.
And then be able to reset everything.
Yeah.
So that's actually not a bad setup.
Yeah. It's not a bad play line.
Yeah. It's just weird because he's doing other stuff when you want to if you're going to want to prepare
reset
for that.
The board, yeah.
Because it's like, okay, well, I'm bringing him out on turn 6. Turn 7, you're not going to want to lore with him or quest with him because it is only 1 lore. You're just going to wipe the board. So that's not really a problem. I was thinking of like, oh, but what if the questing lore counters give you a lot? But it's not. It's only 1.
But here's the thing. I don't think you want to quest with him, right? Because I think you want him ready.
That's what I'm meaning.
So I think what it is turn 6. You bring out Scar, right?
He's gonna survive.
You shift him out. Well, you shift him out on turn 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say you shift him out on turn 6. Do whatever you need to do. Or you'd want to because so get him out turn 6. Okay. And by that time, you already have all these low drop creatures that have already quested. Yep. So you quested for a lot. Okay. Yep. Unexert ready them all. So now they're out of harm's way. Yep. Turn 7, you quest with them all again. Okay, so you're basically like doubling up your lore from one turn to the next, and then you clear the board.
Yeah.
Right. So that can be a big tempo swing. That can be a very big tempo swing.
You quest with all of your low drop creatures on turn 6. You play him. You ready them all up.
Ready them all. Yep.
And then you can even set it up to where if your opponent, your opponent isn't overextending, you can kind of clear their board to set it up to where they now replay a bunch of stuff.
Right.
And then on your turn 7, you're like, hey, I have no board. Scar's gone as well. Completely reset, but now I'm in board control.
Right.
I like it.
Right. I think that's the value of this Scar so far. Because I know there was a lot of talk, at least on Friday, about I don't really like this card. That's just it's a bad card. But I think in combination with Be Prepared, like you got to find the play lines, and they're there, but you just have to be able to recognize them.
And that's not even a very situational thing.
Right.
It's I know I'm going to be playing a lot of creatures, and I'm going to be able to control the board extremely well.
Right. Yeah. So that is Scar. Really like Scar with Be Prepared. All right. The next one that we've got is John Silver, Alien Pirate. We have our first card from Treasure Planet.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, I'm like, I don't know what he's from, but he looks like he's from that Planet Treasure movie.
Yep. Treasure Planet. Yep. So John Silver, Alien Pirate, is an inkable 6-cost 5/5/2 Storyborn villain, alien pirate captain in Emerald. He is captain classification is what I think we're going to start calling him, right?
Yes.
He has pick your fights. Says when you play this character and whenever he quests, chosen opposing character gains Reckless during their next turn. And Reckless, again, is they can't quest and must challenge if able. John Silver is a legendary card as well. I think this is the first legendary Emerald card that we may have seen, if I'm remembering correctly. But Jim, what do you think of John Silver?
So I was first looking at him, and I'm like, I didn't really like him. Okay. But I thought more about that deck I wanted to make with the quest control, and Reckless just does that also. So sure they're going to be attacking you, but that's okay because I'm trying to control how much they're questing for, and Reckless does that. He does that continuously as soon as he's played and when he quests. So overall, I think he's cool.
Works like very well with that Mickey Mouse Artful Rogue as well. Playing whenever you play an action, chosen opposing character can't quest. Just the constant you can't play the game. So here's my evaluation, right? The color Emerald looks to be a zero-sum game. A zero-sum game of fun. So fun is exactly a zero-sum game, and I am going to be having all of it. Jim and I are going to be having all of it, and you all are not going to be having fun.
Actually, I still think it's a negative fun or a negative thing because you're going to hate your life more than I'm enjoying myself.
I like that one better. So yeah, that's John Silver for the first card for Treasure Planet. I mean, it's kind of thematic that it's John Silver, but I know many people would have liked to see Jim Hawkins, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see Jim Hawkins at some point. So the next one that we have is Captain Hook, Thinking a Happy Thought. So Captain Hook is an uninkable 5-cost 2/5/1 Floodborn villain pirate captain in Steel. He has Shift 3, so you can play this card for 3 as long as you got another Captain Hook on board. And he has the ability Challenger +3. That is when challenging, he gets +3 strength. And then also has the ability Stolen Dust. Characters with cost 3 or less can't challenge this character. So Captain Hook is a rare card. Jim, what's your thoughts on Captain Hook here?
This card's kind of crazy to me.
Okay.
The Shift 3, you have the 1-drop Captain Hook.
Yeah.
And then when you do attack with him, he's a 5/5/1, can't be challenged by 3 cost or less. This dude's kind of nutty to me.
Yeah. So
especially when there's how many good 3 drops or less? a lot of them. And this guy's just going to be like, yeah, I don't have to worry about any of you. And then when I do want to attack into something that is 5 willpower, he's just going to be able to take it out. I like him for the cost you're able to do with him.
So what kind of archetype do you see this card being played in?
Oh, man.
Like more of a mid-range or more like I think I kind of see this as more of like a mid-range control card.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I mean with that one lore, okay, that's not the use case. Like that's not the biggest, that's not where you want to use him, right?
Yep.
You want to be able to get him out on turn 3 and then be able to have it on board as a threat to potentially swing up or trade up potentially. But in order to have him out on turn 3, you need a lower cost Captain Hook, like that one drop Captain Hook that we've seen in Steel.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen a couple other there. I believe there should be 2 other Captain Hooks. That
Is it
one,
a 3 or 4 drop?
that first one in Steel was the one with the Challenger. Then the other one is Captain Hook, Captain of the Jolly Roger. That's also an uninkable 4 drop. But I don't think this Captain Hook and Captain Hook, the one that we just saw with Floodborn, go in the same deck, right? Because that one,
This one and the new one?
correct.
Okay.
I think they would go in different potentially. I mean, we're still out from brewing and trying to determine, what the good decks are with all the cards.
Yeah.
So they potentially could go in the same deck.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, overall, I love the artwork on this card. Very not on theme for Captain Hook, right? But yeah, that is Captain Hook thinking a happy thought. The next one that we have is Jasper, Common Crook. Jim likes this card. So this is so Jasper is an inkable 3-cost 2/4/1 Storyborn ally. He's an uncommon card and has the ability Puppy Napping. Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character can't quest during their next turn. We were just talking about not letting our opponents play the game. Jim, what do you think about Jasper here?
Well, seeing how I want to make a quest control list, he's going right into it.
Yeah.
For me, right, there's nothing better in this game specifically than just stopping my opponent from questing, it seems. I don't want you to win, and I'm going to make it to where you can't even advance your lore state. And yeah, Jasper's amazing. Thank you.
So would you? I mean, I know you're going to build at some point. I know you're talking about Emerald Amethyst.
Yeah.
But would you also do Emerald Ruby lore stealing on top of you can't quest and taking away?
100%, Dan. 100%.
Yeah. So, all right, yeah, that's Jasper. As soon as I saw that card, I'm like, ooh, pretty sure Jim's gonna like this one. This one. And speaking of cards that Jim is going to like, let's talk about Elsa, Spirit of Winter. We've got 2 Elsas to talk about. They spoiled 2 Elsas in that Q&A on Twitter on Friday. The first one is now they did spoil this one second, but this one is just super. This one's awesome. So it's Elsa, Spirit of Winter. She's an uninkable 8-cost 4/6/3 with Shift 6. And then she has the she is a Floodborn Hero Queen Sorcerer, so got 4 classifications, and then has the ability Deep Freeze. When you play this character, exert up to 2 chosen characters they can't ready at the start of their next turn. And Elsa is a legendary card. This is definitely a legendary card with some legendary abilities.
Yeah.
Jim, what's your thoughts on this Elsa?
This ability is what I was looking for, to be able to stop.
Yeah.
Now, not even just 1 card, but 2
2.
cards. Exert both of them, so you can even attack them that turn if you want, but you set it up for the next turn, and they're not even going to be able to ready up. What does that do, Dan? Does that stop them from questing?
Yes, correct.
Thank you. Another card for me.
Yes.
And she's 3 lore on her. I'm in love with this.
Yeah.
I'm in love.
Now, is there a world where you're bouncing this back to your hand and then doing it again?
It's a possibility. It's a strong possibility.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
So especially if you shift her, her, depends on what card she's being shifted on top of. Because if you bounce this Elsa and she's shifted, both cards go back to your hand. Okay, or both, maybe three potentially. Okay, you could do that. But those all go back to your hand, and then. Oh man, it's just there's some kind of nutty play lines again, but just being able to freeze your opponent's stuff, put him to sleep.
Oh yeah,
such a good effect.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's so crazy. And that stat line, that is a good stat line. I mean, sure, she's not inkable, but that's okay. There's a reason she's not inkable. And then this other Elsa, very interesting card. So this is Elsa Ice Surfer. She's an inkable 4-cost, 3/4/1 Dreamborn Hero Queen Sorcerer in Ruby. An interesting color to see Elsa, but she's a common card and has the ability, That's No Blizzard. Whenever you play a character named Anna, ready this character. This character can't quest for the rest of this turn. Jim, what do you think? What do you think about this Elsa?
All right, so when I first saw it, I'm like, why is this in Ruby? That was my first thought.
Okay.
Like, I didn't know we were going to get a red Elsa.
Right.
And, but I just think she's okay being able to restand in Anna. Do we only have one Anna as of right now?
As of right now, yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So I would like to see another one that could be paired pretty nicely with her. Because the other one, I believe, just froze. What was it? She just froze other exhausted cards.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And it was, you have to already have an Elsa.
You have to already have an Elsa in play. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The card is the card is Anna, heir to Arendelle.
Yep.
She has an ability, Loving Heart. Says when you play this character, if you have a character named Elsa in play, choose an opposing character. The chosen character doesn't ready at the start of their next turn.
Yep.
So Anna herself does not exert anything. You are just choosing a character, and they can't ready.
Yeah. I hope to see more to this, because if you take red and are doing stuff with Anna, and are you only going to have one Elsa? Right. I'm hoping to see. Right. Well, no, because you have other ones in Amethyst. So
right.
Yeah. I just want to see more from this, and another Anna. That'd be great.
So we have 4 Elsas.
Yep.
Right now we have 4 Elsas spoiled from this first set. I'm assuming we're going to get more Annas in this first set, especially after seeing this Elsa and the previous Anna.
Yep.
But that is Elsa Ice Surfer. I mean, I always, and Jim does too, always loves the ability of restanding. Readying, getting out of harm's way is always a powerful effect. All right, the next one that we have is Tinkerbell, Peter Pan's Ally. So Tinkerbell, Peter Pan's Ally is an uninkable 5-cost, 3/3/2 Storyborn Ally Fairy in Amethyst. She is evasive and has the ability Loyal and Devoted. Your characters named Peter Pan gain Challenger +1. They get +1 strength while challenging. She's a common card. Jim, what do you think about Tinkerbell here?
I don't like her.
Yeah, it's kind of... With the stat line, those abilities, I just don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth the 5, and especially not it being inkable.
Yeah.
Who knows if we're gonna get some other Peter Pans that are gonna make this worth it? But it's only Challenger +1 too.
Yeah.
So, and the only Peter Pan that we've seen is in Emerald. I'm trying to find the card here quickly. It's Peter Pan Never Landing. He is a 3-cost, 3/2/1 with evasive. Mm-hmm. So he goes. So he's 3/2/1 evasive with Challenger +1. So he could be a 4/2 when he's challenging. But again, he has evasive. So the only time he's going to be challenging is if he's challenging another evasive card, most likely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I need to see more cards.
If you have multiple of these Tinkerbells, they stack, I assume?
I believe so.
So, I mean, at that point, it's not terrible, but then you're also putting 10 cost. 15 cost.
Exactly.
Uninkable card.
Exactly. I do not think this card warrants it being uninkable.
Yeah.
At least with the cards that we've seen now. Who knows if we see something else in the future that changes our minds, but for now, I don't think it seems to be worth it. But honestly, I do like the art, especially with, I like Tinkerbell's character with that purple behind her. I think it looks really, really cool.
Yeah, the color contrast is amazing.
Yeah, it's very,
she has
very
that
cool.
orange aura around her.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then the last card that we have is Jafar. So this card we got to spoil on stream. I was bummed that Jim was not able to make the stream, but what are you gonna do?
Happens.
So it's a Jafar, Keeper of Secrets. So Jafar is an inkable 4-cost 0/5/2 Dreamborn villain, sorcerer, and amethyst. Bad card. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not it. He's a rare card. He has the ability Hidden Wonders. This character gets +1 strength for each card in your hand. Straight away, what I'm going to say, I love the artwork on this card. Phenomenal.
If you ever start with "I love the artwork," that means he ain't got nothing nice to say about this card.
Not true. Not necessarily true. But in all honesty, that was the first thing that I saw. Yeah. I saw when I was shown this card. Because I love it's Jafar mashed up with the Cave of Wonders, so it looks it looks really, really cool. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the artwork. Okay. But I mean, baseline stats not great, right? So
he's a 0 strength.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've been saying some pretty dumb things today, so I'm sorry. But with that static ability of he gets +1 strength for each card in your hand, I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
It's an interesting
effect.
It's difficult to really think about it of like, oh, all right, well, if I'm drawing a card and playing one card a turn, then it's not that bad. But you're playing more than one card a turn.
Depends on what you're like. It depends on
usually
what you're
going to drop a resource in the back and then also maybe play a card.
Well, right.
So it's like even if you value this at a 4/5/2 for 4, it's just okay.
I mean that's still above rate though.
Yeah,
that's still above rate.
Yeah,
that seriously that's above rate. I mean not much, but it is still still above rate. Plus it's inkable too.
It's a vanilla with fluctuating strength.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, when you sent me this card, or when I saw this card, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this card, so I just didn't reply to it. I don't know. It's a card.
Well, because it depends. It depends on how strong your draw is.
Yeah.
Like if you're drawing a lot of cards, then okay, this is going to be pretty crazy, right? But the thing is, with that two lore, I think you're mostly going to be using this to quest, right? And then maybe if you have that turn where, okay, I Keeper of Secrets into a whole new world. Okay, I've got 7 cards. Okay, now maybe I can take out some higher costed characters. So like the variability is there, the versatility is there, but again, it's all dependent upon how strong your draw is.
Yeah. And even if you make it to where you're doing nothing but questing with this card and you make it to where they now have to attack into yours, if he's a 6/7 attacker, he's pretty much taking out anything. Right. But even if they throw smaller things at him, okay, I blew up 2, maybe 3 cards.
Right.
So yeah, I guess he's okay.
If you're playing this card in a deck where you're constantly top decking, okay, not good.
Yeah, no,
that's not good, right? But I think you don't value this card in that type of deck. You have to place this in a deck that you are trying to control. You're trying to draw. You're trying to look at a lot of cards. And that fits with what Amethyst is trying to do. At least with the cards that we've seen. So that is Jafar, Keeper of Secrets. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty cool being able to spoil that on stream. A really cool moment. I did clip that, so if you want to check out that clip, you can go to our Twitter feed. I clipped it there, but it's also, you can go check out the stream. We'll link that up here as well if you guys missed that stream. So but that's the last card for Friday. That was a lot of cards. For one day. I mean, there were times where that was we would talk about that amount of cards for what happened in an entire week. So
out of all 17 of these cards, which one is your favorite?
My favorite. So of all of these, oh my goodness. I like Kuzco. Jasper's pretty nice. No, I'm sorry. It's like between Kuzco and Flynn Rider. I like John Silver, but I really like Kuzco and Flynn Rider. What about you?
Okay.
I mean, Elsa's sick too, but...
Okay, so...
no, here. I think I'm just going to say Jafar just because I got to spoil it on stream. What do you think? What do you got?
So I'm honestly really liking the Scar.
Really?
The 8-drop Scar. Like, just going through things, I can see it working out pretty well. You know, just the combo stuff. But shockingly, I think I'm going to have to go with this Rapunzel.
Really?
I'm going to go with Rapunzel.
Interesting. I mean, a powerful card. Do not get me wrong. Absolutely bonkers of a card for sure.
As much as I love those quest controlling cards, this Rapunzel I was like amazed by.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all the cards that we got from Friday. But you know, we want to know, what do you guys think? Which one do you like the best of these cards that we were able to talk about from Friday? Let us know down below in the comments. And don't forget, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those bell notifications so you can be notified when we release more Disney Lorcana content in the future. So as we are recording this video, potentially this might be the last spoiler video we do for Lorcana, as I'm going on vacation the end of this week, and then when I get back, we've got one day, and then it's going to be time for Gen Con. So and maybe
we'll have everything.
Maybe. So just
maybe
keep
we
that.
Spoil the rest in one day. All 100 cards remaining.
There's like 40 some, maybe 50. Oh gosh, there's still quite a bit of cards. So I am forewarning you now. It may happen. We do have content in the books planned already to be released this week, as well as content next week as well. But we'll see what we can do. All right, I'm just preparing you all ahead of time. It may happen. So
at that point, it'll just be a set review.
Yeah. If exactly. If we're to the point where we've got everything, and then we'll just be like, all right, we'll just call it a set review. So that's kind of where things stand now. It's just kind of a weird time frame, just with me going on vacation and everything. So, but I'm ready to get to Gen Con, in all honesty. Very much looking forward to it. And again, if you're going, let us know down below in the comments. Hit us up that you're going to be there. Let us know. And looking forward to seeing all of our friends there.
Let's go get some pizza.
Jim likes that pizza. So
I don't know why.
All right. Well, with that, thanks everybody for hanging out with us today, and we will catch you in the next video. See you, everybody.
Take care.